This is my new shop. It is 480 square foot here in Charleston, South Carolina, and it's where I'm going to be running all of PrintShed, my metal art business, for the rest of 2025. If you saw any of my last videos, I moved down here about 3 months ago into a warehouse space, and it was not the right fit at all, and I was just dying to get out of there. Fortunately, this space popped up recently, really close to where I live, and I jumped on it. I got it, and so we're fully moved in now, and I'm going to take you through it and just show you everything about it, why I moved in here, what my plans are for 2025, and hopefully you like it. So to give you kind of an idea of where I was before this, it was a CubeWorks warehouse, so it was a shared space, basically 36-foot ceilings, 12-foot walls, all open, and I was just in a little space of my own. It was about 500 or 600 square foot, but it was incredibly loud, it was dark, and it wasn't very great for like running an actual metal art business. A lot of things are based around aesthetics, obviously. Not that I necessarily care about it too much, but the look of the business is very important. Also, just where you work is pretty important. I came to realize that once I was in there. It was kind of a depressing place to be. Wasn't great. This is my own personal space. So there's other businesses on the other side of me, but this is my own bay, fully closed off from everyone else. Controlled air, which was a big issue in my last one, I now have. It keeps everything dry in here because moisture is a huge issue for paper and prints. If you have a lot of moisture, you can run into a lot of problems, which I was. Fortunately now, I don't have that. I leave that on dry and it's good to go. Also filming, I didn't film a lot of stuff in the last place. I probably filmed 5 videos because honestly, filming there was incredibly difficult. Everyone could hear everything that's going on. It echoed throughout the entire 500,000 square feet of the warehouse. And when I was working, other people were running machines and whatnot. So it really wasn't possible for me to do a whole lot of things that I wanted to do, especially when my whole business and career at this point is based around filming videos like this. When I moved down here to Charleston, South Carolina, I came from New Hampshire, and my idea was that I was just going to make it work. So I found a really cheap warehouse space. It was $500 a month. It was what I could afford at the time, and I was willing to just jump into that. It was month to month. It was a short 3-month lease, and then it would go month to month. And then my idea was hopefully I'd find a new spot. Once I got down here, I realized the price of everything was incredibly expensive. So you were looking at $2,000 to $3,000 a month, sometimes more, to move into a place that looked similar to this. It really wasn't worth it, or nothing that I could afford. The issue then became when I was in that space, I wasn't really able to do the work that I wanted to do. So it was kind of causing the business to fail at the same time. I wasn't able to film, which grows the business, which then gets you out of the space you're in into something better. So you can kind of see where there was a little bit of an issue there. This place then popped up last week on Facebook Marketplace, and I messaged the lady. She got right back to me, and I came and viewed it, I think 30 minutes later. As soon as I saw it, I walked in, I looked at it for probably 30 seconds, and I was like, yeah, good enough. I'm gonna take it, because if I don't take this, the next thing will be way more expensive. This one's $1,200 a month, plus some other expenses, but in the end, it's about $1,500 for everything. So I'm gonna walk you through this entire space. There's an office in the back, and then this is kind of the main printing area. Obviously, it's not a huge place, so it's not gonna take me too long to show you everything. I'm also gonna walk you through some changes I'm making to the business. I simplified things quite a bit, made a couple different changes to the product so that I can operate a little bit easier, and I'll dive into that. Just for starters, much better lighting in here than the last place, but if we come in here, they left me with a little bit of a coffee station, so I kept a table, Keurig. I'll probably move that into my office, and I'm gonna make this entire area for putting orders when they're finished. I kept my power station here. This runs the heat press that I've put over here. Got the shelving with some of the panels. I'll have to fill that up as I get more. I don't have a whole lot at the moment. Started to hang some art on the walls, and then I have my table here that I always work at. This has been in every shop that I've ever had. Got my banner on the wall, and then if we come in the back here, this is my office. So I've got big desk there, chair. They left this stuff for me, so I decided to keep it. Some boxes and some other stuff. I'm gonna probably just have a lot of storage in here to keep stuff out of the main room and out of the videos. Just a bunch of junk right now. I still need to get everything kind of set up. And then this is what it looks like from that side. So there's a bunch of other businesses outside, a bunch of warehouses and whatnot, but this is my own space. Got the printer here, have my tape dispenser here, and what my plan is, I'll show you right now. My plan is to take this entire wall and I'm gonna make it into a packing station. So the table will be where I make the prints, but then when they're ready to be packed up, because sometimes I don't send everything out same day. Sometimes I'm making things and then pack them up the next day, and I want to kind of get them out of the way. So I'm thinking a long bench here. I can get 72-inch shelving benches. I think if I get 2 of them, that'll be 12 feet. Get 3 of them, it'll be 18. I don't know the size of this wall, but 2 of them will be perfect. And then I can take my foam rollers, put them up here so that they're ready to go, pull out, and I can wrap everything up. Then I have packing paper here that can go up there. It'll be a lot easier just to pack boxes, keep everything kind of stored right here, out of the way, nice and neat and professional, but also efficient, because it kind of gets really inefficient when I have to move everything around on this one table just to pack stuff after I'm done making prints. So I've always wanted to have a packing station, and this layout, this size gives me a lot of room for it. After that, come over to this wall. As you can see, I already have one print on the wall. It's a 20 by 30 inch, and this is what I film a lot of stuff for videos. This entire wall is going to be landscape style pictures, 20 by 30, and I'm gonna line this wall, probably stagger them somehow, and then over time, fill in all the other areas with smaller things. My goal for this entire studio is just fill the walls with art. I have a ton of extra panels that I'm not selling because they're not really the sizes I'm going to be selling in the future and whatnot. So I'm just going to use them for personal use because I think it'll make the place look really awesome. And then this wall right here is going to be all portrait, 20 by 30. I'm going to go all the way that way. And then I think right here, we're going to do 20 by 20 inch square prints, and I'll stagger them all the way around and fill this whole half of the wall. And then for this banner, I'll show you pointed over there. For around this banner, I'm going to do all of the 12 by 18 inch and kind of cover in this whole area over time. Obviously, this stuff isn't going to happen overnight. Each print that I hang on the wall is going to have to be a video, so it's going to be like 1 or 2 a day. But slowly but surely over the next probably month or 2, these walls are going to get filled up really well. I'd like to use some of the panoramic ones too as well, and maybe put them down below or up top. Maybe put them around here. I don't really know yet. This is kind of the rough idea for it. I haven't got a full idea of what things are going to look like yet. This is my Anker power station. This is what powers my heat press. I wasn't going to keep this. I was going to get 240 volt wired into the shop, but since I'm brand new in here, I figured I might as well just wait. I can sell this thing at any time and probably get 240 wired in at any moment. I don't think the landlord will care, so obviously I'll ask before I do it. And I don't think it'll be as expensive as the last place. The last place wanted $2,500 just to wire it in. It's a fairly simple process. I've helped do it before, and it's not that expensive. And so I think if I just call an electrician, they'd probably come in and do it for a bit less. It's not really a big deal either way, so I can also just keep this and not worry about it. But if we start getting too busy with orders and this thing can't keep up with the amount of power it needs to run this heat press all day long, then I may have to either get another one of these if they don't want to let me run 240, or get the power run so that it's just constant power and I'm not having to worry about charging this thing all the time. Because normally what I do is I charge this at night, and then when I come in it's ready to go. Charge 100%, and it can usually run for maybe an hour with the heat press once it's warmed up, which can get quite a bit of panels done. That's a lot of orders, but you never know how busy you're gonna get. I got pretty lucky on this place. It was $1,200. It's normally triple net, but they just included everything into one base rent of $1,200. But then I obviously needed the insurance and workers' comp and then Wi-Fi. So it came out to about an extra $300, $350 a month. So we're at about $1,500-ish per month for this entire place, which, you know, it is what it is. Those are the running costs of doing business, I guess. Also, to be clear, I did not shop around for insurance or Wi-Fi or anything, because when I called insurance, I was on the phone for 3 hours. I didn't feel like even looking for another price at that point. I just figured I'll take whatever they sell me. And yes, I did ask if I needed workers' comp. Progressive said that I did. The salesman said that I did. So it is what it is. So now that I went through the whole shop and gave you a rundown of that, I want to kind of talk about some product changes that I'm going to be making. And so one thing I'm doing is trying to simplify the entire business right now. It's just me that runs it. I don't want to have a bunch of different moving parts. It's too much for one person to handle. So basically what my plan is, I'm downsizing everything. I'm just doing 12 by 18 inch prints moving forward. They have a back design. There's a logo mount, a magnet mount on the back, which I'm probably not going to be sticking with, but that's what I'm doing at the moment because I bought a bunch of them. I will show you them in a minute. And then I'm just going to be doing one solid mount on the back. It won't be frames. The reason for doing this is because the frames are incredibly difficult for me to get. I'm always running out of stock and the prices are going up like crazy. Obviously I buy them from China, and the tariffs and everything, That makes it a little more difficult, but I've been wanting to switch over for a long time anyways, just because buying from China has always been expensive. The shipping and the customs and everything else that comes with that, there's always just a lot of different small bills and big bills that come with it. You don't even think about it. You order them and it gets to the US and then you get hit with more bills. And on top of that, stuff gets stuck in customs for well over a month sometimes with FedEx, and that's what they ship it with. And I can't really be having that. It made everything really difficult last year. I probably could have sold 10 times more products if I just wasn't sold out all the time, and that came from dealing with issues from China. My goal is just to have everything made in the US, so my mounts will be made in the US. If I'm not doing magnets, those are obviously made in China as well. I can probably get those in the US. If I don't want to do them, the basic mounts will be made in the US. The panels come from the US, paper, pretty much everything, so I don't have to worry about supply chain issues so much. It becomes a lot easier and a lot more simple. And then when we're doing the 12 by 18 inch prints, kind of like this one, I'm actually gonna make these in this video. We'll go through that as well. I just wanted one size at the moment, so I'm not running out of stock of anything either. I'll just be able to keep one in stock, have a ton of them, and it'll be good to go. My plan is to scale up over time and have probably 3 sizes, like a medium, large, and extra large. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this one and grow it because a lot of people order these. A lot of people really like these. I don't have a problem selling them. And so I'm just going to sell a bunch of these, make these as good as possible first, because that's always been my goal, is to just make things as nice as possible. And then once we get that down, start adding little things in. But right now, it's not necessary. I don't want to have a bunch of different large sizes. I'm not going to be selling these big 20 by 30 inch prints right now. It's just hard to keep everything in stock. It's very expensive. It's thousands of dollars every time I order stuff. It's not necessary. A lot of things kind of just sit around and don't get sold, right? You might order a 10 pack of these 20 by 30s, but you don't sell that many that fast. I do sell a lot of these though, 12 by 18s, anything smaller. Anything smaller sells a lot faster. It's not that I need to sell like a million orders. It's just I want to keep things really simple, make them as good as possible, and then kind of expand from there. If you don't have a good foundation, it just makes everything really difficult. What I don't want to do is turn into a sign company, which is what I see a lot of people do, where they have like 40 different products for sale. They have a million different moving parts, and every time you talk to a sign company, it sounds like they don't make much money. I don't want to be like that. I want it very, very simple, easy to run as one person, and then slowly bring things in as I grow. I want to show you the back side here. Let me cut this, and I'll show you what the back side of these prints are going to look like. Now, some of you are probably thinking this looks similar to a display or a metallics. It is a similar idea, I guess. I'm still doing custom prints on the front side, and so it is a little bit different than them, where they do a lot of pre-made stuff, which is not really my focus right now. But I wanted a design on the back because I think it looks a lot more professional. It looks really cool. And then on top of that, I'm trying to see where I can cut it here because I have registration marks. I wanted to have something that I could use the magnet for. When I had that idea, I ordered a bunch of magnets and then I kind of changed my idea. So the backside is going to change a little bit, but the idea is probably going to remain the same. It's just going to be a metal print with some type of hanger mount on the back to stabilize it. Okay, so as you can see here, I'll bring it close here. It says print shed on the side, stick plate here, and then crafted to your vision with my website down below, and then a border. I have these registration marks so that I can line things up on the back when I put it into the heat press. This can be sublimated onto the back side of my panels. So just like the front, I put this on the back. When I heat press it at the same time, it does my entire logo and design. So I've been working on making these. These are magnets. So what I did was I have this back side printed. This is my hanger. And then this is a piece of magnet. They're adhesive together. I don't know how you call that. And then this is a steel plate with foam adhesive on the back. This goes on the back side of the print. So I'll put this right here on the back side. That's how you line it up. And then obviously, let's see here. Just do that. And they stick together. You can hang it on the wall. I did this little, trying to see if you can get lighting. I did this hanger here because a lot of people want to stick these on the wall. Some of those other companies use the sticky paper to put it on the wall, but I don't like that because it takes a chance of falling off, and I don't want to run that risk. I've ran that risk in the past, and I don't like it. The issue with it is that you could stick this on the wall, you could use those command strips, you could use anything you want, but if it does come off in a year or two, you're going to be mad at me that it fell off, even if it's not my fault. Even if you put it on a porous wall that has glossy paint that stuff does not stick to begin with, you will not be happy with me if that happens. And also, if a print falls off your wall, your kid bumps into the wall, it comes undone and it falls on your kid, or it falls on your computer or whatever, I don't want to be responsible for that. I don't want you to even think of me when that happens. And so I put this thing on the back, you screw it into the wall, it's not coming off, it's all set. If you want to stick it to the wall yourself, go for it. And just so we're clear, I do stick these to the wall. I don't like to drill into the walls too much because I'm worried about hitting something when I do it, because my screws are like this long. Obviously I need smaller ones. But for now, I just adhesive hook everything to the walls, and stuff does fall off sometimes. That's how it goes. I did start using the foam tape though that I put on the back side of the frames, and whenever something falls off the wall, it just rips the sheetrock paper off with it. The shop took a little longer than I was expecting to as well. These people ordered, I think, last Thursday when I had just asked about the shop, because I thought I was going to be in here by Saturday. I was kind of in here by Saturday, but it's now Wednesday and I'm just finally getting going. These are the first prints that I'll be doing in the shop, so you guys can kind of see them. You'll also get to see the first time I put a logo on the back. I haven't done this yet, so we're hoping that it goes well. If not, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments to the sizing on the back, but it shouldn't be an issue. And this is just the up close of the back side, so you can see it. Obviously it'll be reversed once it's printed. And these are the two pictures. So I'm gonna use these panels right here. Let's see, I gotta get two of them out. One thing that's really great is this heat press absorbs a lot of moisture, these pads do. And fortunately you have an AC in here now that has a dry setting. So it takes all the moisture out of the air. It's kind of freezing in here. I leave it set at that, I can't control the temp, but everything is perfectly dry now. My paper, sublimation paper, doesn't absorb any of the moisture, and it gets all, if it does that, it gets all like bent and you can feel the moisture in it. And then when you heat press, there's moisture in the press and it remains on the print when it's done. And you can see this, you get this real like hazy look on the top. And of course that's not acceptable to send to a customer. And so that was a big issue with my last shop that I was dealing with, which kept me from sending out a lot of orders. Not gonna deal with that anymore. So open this up, and we've got two panels that we need. I'm really hoping I can print on the back sides of these. These are new ones that I'm testing. And so I just hope they have that sublimation coating on the back side. It looks like they do. Every other one that I've been able to print on has had the same thing. So I guess we'll find out. Another thing that comes with putting these on the back side is that it takes double the printing time, right? Because these are the exact same size as the front and I have to print them at the same time. I print them for every single panel. So it's double the printing. Just another thing you gotta kind of manage and take care of, which is why I didn't want to add more sizes and whatnot. I'm already adding more to the process. I want to simplify the boxes as well, the packaging, get that really nice and squared away over time. Some really nice branding and maybe stuff on the inside. There's a lot of ideas that you can do just on one single product and make it a lot better. And then once it's great, add more. I mean, you look at people who sell something like custom license plates. That's all they sell. There's a reason, because it's because they can. It's one good product and you just keep making it better and better and better. People sell purses, bags, different types of art, whatever it is. Right now I just want to do one product. That is what listening to people who are much better at business than me say to do. So I'm going to do it. And again, I know I say this in every video, but my goal is just to build the best product, the best quality business that I can, because your face attached to it in a stage of social media where that's what it takes to build a business. Your face attached to everything. It's your reputation. I don't want to be known for making half-assed products. And so it just takes a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes, a lot of buying things that look good, that aren't good. You test them, you send them to some customers. They end up not being as great as you think. You make some changes. And that's basically what I've done the past few years. And I'll continue to do that. I can tell you the product that you're looking at now is still not going to be the finished product. You know, a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, it will look slightly different in some way. I couldn't tell you how yet, but I know there will be changes. As of now, I'm just gonna keep trying to do my best and test new things. So I'm gonna put this in here for 5 minutes. I haven't done these panels at 5 minutes either. They might be better at 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but I like to do 5 in this press, so we're gonna go with that and start. It should be fine, I'm hoping. Oh, I gotta put this over the top of it, then it'll be good. I need a drying rack as well, or a cooling rack, which is why I need more of these types of shelving with the metal grates so I can put these prints on it. So this print is all finished. It actually came out really good. I'm gonna show you this beach one. I'm not gonna show you the other one because it's a couple's photo. I don't really like to show those people off on my YouTube and social media just in case they don't want it to be shown, out of respect for them. But this is the beach photo, whatever you wanna call it, waves. Came out really good. These new panels look great. There's no blemishes on them, which is really nice. So I don't know where they come from. I don't know where this company gets them, but I'm really happy with them. And there's no streaking, no moisture, no nothing. And then this is the back side here. I'm trying not to touch the front of it. But this is the back side. And you can see the logo and everything. And then where it says place magnet here is obviously where I put that. I only have one design right now. So obviously this is a landscape photo and then the back side is portrait. I may design another one for landscape photos, but for now I'm just gonna keep it just like this. I don't think it's too big of a deal. Obviously it is the little things that are important, and so I will probably at some point end up designing it, making a different design for the backside that is for landscape photos specifically. In terms of the back print, it looks pretty lined up to me. I mean, as far as you guys can tell, I'm sure it looks lined up in the video. And the only thing you can't tell is that there's a little bit of blurriness on the edges here because sublimation, the ink does kind of like expand, or the metal expands and the ink kind of can spread a little bit if the paper moves at all. So I may just have to make sure that the paper can't move whatsoever, tape it down a little bit better. I didn't really want to at first just because I was testing, but I don't think it's a big deal now. So I probably will in the future. So now what I'm gonna do here is just take this paper and roll it out, and then I set this on it. This covers it in the packaging, and I cut it kind of to size so that I can fold over right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the steel part of the magnet and I'm going to put it on myself. So it says stick plate here. And that was because I thought I was gonna have the customer do it when they got it. But what happened was the magnets I bought were the wrong size for what I printed. And so basically I have to cut the magnets down to fit on the backside of this hanger thing when I stick them together right here. And so it just doesn't line up properly. So I'm just gonna do it for the customers at this moment until I make some changes and figure out what I'm gonna do next, because I think I'm gonna do away with this magnet. It doesn't make any sense. It's already got the hanger on the back, so the magnet is kind of useless. I just kind of like it because it's cool, but it's not necessary. See, this kind of works because if it's in landscape style, then Printshed reads correctly. And then if it's in portrait, Crafted to Your Vision and the website reads correctly. So I may just keep it as one because it does look kind of cool like that. And then as you can see, take this and boom, sticks on. If you want to slide it around, if you're trying to line things up and it doesn't work right, you can have it on that side of the magnet. It's strong enough that, it's plenty strong. These don't weigh anything. And this is a strong magnet. So this works good. And I'll show you on the wall. So I've got this screw on the wall here. I took a print off. Obviously I had it covered up because all this was ripped off, but I'm gonna take this and I just line it up. So you put that right on the wall into a screw, nail. Use a smaller screw than I did. I kind of had to force that on. And then I'm just going to take the print here and that's it. It's that simple. And this is what it looks like on the wall. So it sits off of it and looks, I think, very professional. And it looks no different from the backside than if I had a frame. So it's not like the frame is necessary. Anything really works. Hopefully you guys like this office. This is gonna be the desk where I probably edit all these videos and process orders and whatnot. I was pretty bummed about the last office. I didn't like it. I was ready to close the business down. Now that we're in here, full steam ahead, and it's going to be a great year.